Hello everyone. This is your old friend Comet Urban. How you guys doing? I appreciate y'all tuning back in with me. And I actually originally recorded this subject. I'm going to talk about again. But shit. Anyway, the video I recorded, I watched it and I didn't like the way it was. I didn't really like the sound of the tone of the subject matter. So I'm going to redo it. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you guys a little update. Yes, I have purchased some new stuff to add to my collection. And when I get a hold of that stuff, there are actually 3 items I purchased in total. About $30 worth of stuff from the Big U. And when I get it, I'll do a video on that item, on that stuff, and I will show you guys. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about is kind of a touchy subject, and when I actually did the research, and I just found out here recently the extent of the hell that some of my fellow deviant artists went through with this whole escapade of shit going on. So I just found out here recently, about maybe a few days ago, the extent of it, and I just thought, fuck. And you probably wonder, what are we talking about? This is a retrospect. I'm giving y'all my retrospect on the DeviantArt Flame Wars that were happening between about 2011, 2012, somewhere around in there. So it's been about 7 years ago. So this is going to be a retrospect on that. And another thing that I didn't even know about, but they were doing this for a while, but I'll talk about that here in a moment. So basically the Flame Wars, they all started because my good friend and fellow deviant artist, Kane Taker Fan 701, which you all know him as Kane Fan 701 on YouTube, he wrote a really, really amazing fan fiction called Raise the Titanic. And yes, I know it's a Clive Plessler book, but it was a crossover of that book with several other elements. And I thought, more or less, the story was great. I liked it. But there was one part of that really got a lot of people steamed. A lot of people. And there was the scene where his character, Kane, had sexual intercourse with the human spirit of the Titanic. Well, that didn't go over too well with a lot of people. Let's say that went over well like a lead balloon. And so a lot of people started, badgering him, started, blasting him for it. And it got so bad, and I didn't know this actually really happened. I mean, I might have known about it years ago, but I forgot about it. I just maybe rediscovered the fact that there was something called the Kane Taker Fan 701 Challenge, where a group of YouTubers and deviant artists were reading this excerpt from his fan fiction. And I watched the video. I mean, the video is still up. It was re-uploaded. It was like 5 years ago they re-uploaded this. It was like a group of idiots, I guess. And they read it, and a lot of them were getting triggered. A lot of them were getting pissed off, and they were like, oh, they're raging and stuff. And I thought, guys, here's the thing. When my friend Kane Taker Fan 701 wrote that fan fiction, he wasn't trying to make anyone pissed off. He wasn't trying to, like somebody actually wrote in a comment. And I think it was on his journal, because I watched another video of a guy who was actually going to read that whole fan fiction, but then when my friend put it in storage because of this whole trolling flame war shit, he couldn't read it. He only read the guys only read the prologue in chapter 1. And so he started reading some of his journals. And the last journal that he read from that time period, or whatever it was, this guy was giving him some advice. And one of the things in it was like, What about if someone wrote a story or whatever about a guy, doing the spirits of the Twin Towers? Some people might be touchy about that. They would say people died on 9/11. Some survivors and family of the victims that might be touchy about that kind of shit. And that same goes with the Titanic disaster. I mean, there's no living survivors, but there are family members of survivors and family members of victims. And I don't know. They might be touchy about it. Who knows? I don't know. But the thing is, though, these idiots were saying that this guy, my friend Kane Taker Fan 701, he created this humanized Titanic or whatever to, basically write about, basically talking about how he's so damn horny, he wants to fuck a ship. Well, that's not the way it was. He didn't create the human form of the Titanic. I did. He just used her in a story. See, this is a drawing I've done not too long, a few years ago, of the human form of the Titanic. Yeah, my concept. Well, she really wasn't really wasn't my concept. Another person by the name of Fairy Girl, she came up with a concept like that. I just refined that concept and made it better. So really, that version is my concept, and that's the version he used in the story. So it wasn't him that came up with it, it was me. So if y'all dummies want to say anything, say it to me. I don't care. Yes, he wrote a fan fiction. People got pissed off. Big fucking deal. Who cares? It's fan fiction. If you don't like it, don't read it. I liked it. I thought it was a good story. And a lot of people were like, yeah, but he was throwing in other characters. Like, he's doing fucking Thomas the Tank Engine. Who gives a shit? I like Thomas the Tank Engine. Look, see, look. I got Thomas the Tank Engine right here, see? I like Thomas the Tank Engine. But he was throwing in characters from Street Fighter, M. Bison. Who cares? M. Bison's fucking cool. Who cares? But the Little Mermaid was in there. Who cares? Little Mermaid's awesome. I thought it was great the way it was. Don't be bitching about it. Shit. I mean, it's ridiculous. All the shit that he went through. And here now, he's going through some more shit, and I don't even know what it is. I'm thinking he's probably going to quit DeviantArt and probably quit YouTube altogether. I hope he don't. And Kane, I know you're watching this, buddy. Whatever you do, whatever you decide on doing, I support you. But I really would hate to see you leave from the DeviantArt community and the YouTube community. I would hate to see that. Because you are one of my you're an old friend of mine, one of my collaborators. You've given me a lot of good ideas for drawings and some ideas for videos. And I do appreciate that. And I will say this. Because of that whole flame war shit, I actually wrote before he did. Before he wrote his fanfic, I was in high school, about 2008, 2009. I wrote a fan fiction called Angels of the Atlantic. And it was a story about this gentleman who purchases an artifact that was from the Titanic. But this artifact contained something special. It contained the soul of the ship, the spirit. And it's an old story, and I've not really showed many people it, but Kane, one of these days here soon, very soon, we'll be seeing angels on DeviantArt. And I'm going to dedicate the story to you, buddy, because, you inspired me with your fan fictions and stuff to show the world. And if anybody has any problem with it, fuck them. I mean, yeah, there's constructive criticism, where they're not criticizing the creator, they're criticizing the creation. Well, that's okay. It's okay to have criticism, it's okay to have that, because it makes you better. It makes you want to do better. It makes you succeed. And, so yeah, I mean, but the way I look at it, though, I mean, to stoop down that low to create a challenge for people to read a part of it, someone's fan fiction, to see if they don't get pissed off or triggered. That's fucking childish. I mean, yeah, I understand maybe if they were criticizing it, doing some, being critiquing. I mean, that's one thing. But I watched this video. It's like an hour and 17 minutes long, and I was just like, really? And at the end of it, the guy who was doing the video, his name was Kyle, and he was talking like in his Batman voice. And he was like, I'm a fellow Titanic buff, but sir, what you wrote here is very disturbing. It's not disturbing, guys. It's because it's a new concept. That's something I've noticed. Whenever there's something new, something unique, something that's never been done before, and it's something that's out of the norm, out of the ordinary, people are going to challenge it. And with my friend Kane Taker fan 701's Raise the Titanic fanfiction, it was new, it was unique, it was original, and people weren't ready for it, and so they were challenging it. You, my friend, are an innovator. You are an originator. So, yeah, don't worry about it. You got fans. I'm a fan of yours, and there's a lot more people that like your work. So don't worry about it. And it's been a few years, and the shit died down. So everything's good now. I'm only talking about this as a retrospective of the whole Flame Wars. And it wasn't just Kane Fan that was involved. It wasn't just him that got attacked. It was my friend Oceanliner Orca, and also my friend Taylor Castro 1989. And over stupid shit. I mean, come on. And there was even one guy that was doing Hitler parodies. Having Hitler, talk shit about him. Like, what the fuck? Come on. That's stupid. And the way I look at it, I was indirectly involved because I was trying to keep, my friends, they're keeping their morale and stuff up. Which that's what a good friend is supposed to do. Keep the morale and stuff up for friends. And, well, I guess it worked. After all that shit died, I think Kane Fan 701, he did put his fan fiction back up, I think. I need to reread that again. I remember some of it, I can't remember all of it. I also want to reread the Night to Remember crossover. That's a good one too. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. It was just a mess, and I thought it was fucking stupid, People, disking his work and disking him, which wasn't fair. He shouldn't have been thrown in the meat grinder like that. And it's just because his ideas were unique and original. People weren't ready for that time. Nowadays, there's a lot worse than a person basically fucking a ship, I guess. Not really a ship, it's a human spirit, a humanized spirit. So, there's a difference. And I've explained all about that in my part 1 and part 2 of the history of human ship art. I've explained that. So watch that and you can know more about that. So yeah, Kane, buddy, I'm here for you. And if you ever need to talk to me, just private message me. You know how to do it. I'm here. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something. And furthermore, if you're gonna critique someone's work, do it in a nice way, okay? Don't be rude about it. Don't be assholes about it. So until next time, this is your friend Comet Urban, saying have smooth seas and clear skies. Happy sailing with you, and God bless you. You take a good day now. You take good care now. Have a wonderful day.